Good morning. Just Anise here with another segment of Honest Moments. And I did record this video before, but I was so nasally congested, and um, from the I've been sick for the past couple of days, and but I just wanted to redo it because I felt like I didn't get all my points across. So I just wanted to recap recently what's been going on with me. And in my last Honest Moments video, I was talking about how I was struggling. Excuse me, my ancestry.com results and stuff. And in my first Honest Moments segment of my journey, I talked about insecurity about not knowing about my family and stuff and ethnicity. And this time, I'm going to talk about just more searching for my birth mother and trying to find information. So before I got my test results, I was looking at my birth mother's name, or her name that she gave to the police that was in my adoption file papers and stuff. And her name that she gave wasn't even her like birth name, so I'm not sure what her actual birth name is. But when the police took me away from my mother, they put me in care of one of my aunts, but her contact information isn't in there, isn't in my adoption files or anything. And then after I was taken from my aunt, they tried to see if my grandparents would adopt me, but they didn't want to adopt me because they're racist. And yeah, so but it also has their name in there inside the adoption files. But the racist thing, like, I'm not sure if my mother made that up or if that's actually true that they're racist, because one thing that makes me question that is because I had taken that name that was in the file and looked it up on Facebook, and I found a family album, and I found a family group, and um, I think that could be my family that is in the family group on Facebook, because I had searched on ancestry.com the last name, and it shows that they had immigrated from Italy, that family name, and they had gone to New Jersey, and the people in that family album are all from New Jersey. That's where they located, and that's the only place on the records of ancestry.com where that family name is located. So, and I am Italian according to my ancestry.com results, and so I thought maybe that could be them, because and I've never heard of that last name. It's DeJora, and yeah, I guess it's a common, or not common, like a Italian name. And the thing that makes me question the racist part is because one of the members is mixed like me, is part black. So I'm just wondering if it's just my grandparents that were racist, or if supposedly they were racist, if my birth mother did not want me to be adopted by them or anything. So yeah, and I was having trouble beforehand finding information about her because she had changed her name so many different times. Online, you can look up people, and there'll be different websites that will show like the people and where they've lived, locations and stuff. And it showed that she had lived in Palm Springs, Calamasa, Arizona, Nevada, other parts of Southern California, and I was born in Palm Springs, so that rings a bell. And yeah, so it showed that her other names that she had used too. So I'm not sure if she's getting married or she's just changing her name. And my last name that I was given was Gasser. She named me Anise Gasser, and I'm not sure um, if she actually knew who my biological father was, and she didn't say like who he was. I don't know why my last name would be Gasser, because none of her names was Gasser. That wasn't it. So at the time, her name was Shiloh Argot, and Shiloh wasn't even her real name. My mom thinks that her name could have been like Deborah, or something like that. But it also shows that a Deborah is someone that she's related to, or people that it shows like people that she's related to, and one of the people that says that she's related to is a guy named Scott, who is supposed to be like her brother, and he is supposed to be in his later 50s, and my mom is supposed to be like 56 or something, and she I on the Facebook page, there is a guy named Scott Deroja, and but he's a younger guy. He's like in his late 20s or early 30s. I think he might be 31. But yeah, so he's like 31, and it shows a picture on his Facebook profile. He has like on the his background picture, his head picture. He has a picture of a, a dated picture of a some guy. And if you press on the picture, you can see the comments. People say like, "Oh, he lived a great life," all this stuff, saying basically meaning that the man died, and they're just like remembering him. So um, that Scott Georgia that's on Facebook, that's his dad. And then I also saw someone else that was related to him in the family album that had that same picture on in their Facebook profile pictures. So that could have been my uncle. So I think that this Scott DeRoja guy is my cousin, because how many Scott DeRojas are there in the United States, and how many of them live in New Jersey? Well, and then so I think that Scott DeRoja guy is my cousin, and he's the junior of Scott DeRoja Senior, who's probably my mom's brother. And yeah, so I sent a message to him on Facebook, just saying, just going out on a limb, being like, hi, my name's Anise Mina, and I was adopted at this age. I think that I might be related to some people of you, and I gave them like all the information that I just told you guys about, and he hasn't replied to me. I also messaged the person who's in charge of the actual group, the group leader, I guess, and no one's replied. And on Facebook messages, it shows like when someone's read the actual post, and I thought maybe he hasn't read my post because it's been like over a week, and neither of them read my post. It says, but I don't know if you're not friends with somebody if it shows if they read it or not. So and I checked on their Facebook's pages, and they've posted stuff since I sent the message, so they've definitely been on Facebook. So everything's just been really frustrating, and for the first time, my mom like read my adoption papers with me, and that's never. She read like all the information that she never read before. So even the part that she doesn't know that I read this, but on my own when I was younger, in high school. But I was sexually abused. It says that in my adoption papers, and when I was a baby. So it was just really emotional. It feels like all the things that I never allowed myself to like feel anything, because I don't know, I'm a very understanding person. Like when people do things that are not good, I understand that people have a hard time, and emotionally sometimes people act out and do things like do drugs. And like I put on my post about my ancestry.com results on my blog, I don't condemn my mother for doing what she did, and I understand that people have a hard time. You know, things happen. We're all human. But for me as a person to feel better and to heal, I would like to know the truth about everything and understand. So, yeah, it was just a hard time for me. So I visited California, and that's when that information went, when I sent the messages to the people on Facebook and stuff. And yeah, it was really frustrating for me at first with looking for my mom online, trying to find information, not even a picture. I've never even seen her. So right now I feel like I'm at a crossroads, like I'm just kind of stuck, and I don't know what to do next. I don't know. And even even in the message, I talked about my brothers who were raised by my grandparents, and because they're full white. So, or maybe, I don't know, their father. I don't know what their last name is, but it showed their birthdays, and one's supposed to be in late 20s and one's supposed to be early 30s, and they're both born in August. And yeah, I couldn't get very far because some of the Facebook profiles were on private, but yeah, it's just confusing everything. And I would like to find my sister, who's mixed like me, I guess. But it only says that she was adopted out of Los Angeles. And it doesn't say like what her name is or whatever, where she went. So I don't know how to find information on her. I guess I would have to go to the California courts and obtain that information. I don't know if I even legally can do that, but I don't know. If anyone has any advice on like what I should do next, please let me know. One other thing is I looked up a Deborah Argot. Oh wait, so the names like it shows like who she was like related to and stuff, and those people also had like different names too. So it sounds like there's a lot of drugs in the family, and yeah, I don't know if the people I messaged didn't message me back because there's like family ties that have been broken from the drugs and everything, maybe betrayal, because I know that drugs really tear apart families, and I could just be digging up or reopening old wounds. So I don't know, but we'll see. I guess what happens if I find any more information. So yeah, that's just my update on that. It was just really emotional for me. Um, I don't know why I would cry for it because most of it I don't remember, but psychologically underneath everything, like there's a lot. So I just want to update you guys, and yeah, that's what's going on with me. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, just let me know. Send me messages or leave comments. Thanks for watching.